Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Rich from Mode and it's lawn reno season at last. It's stopped raining. I think it's been the wettest spring since records began, and that has hindered not just ours but everybody's lawn prep. But the rain has stopped, the sun is out. It's about 18 degrees today, so we have got a full-on lawn renovation and quite a lawn reno as well. We're looking at around about 600 square meters of lawn renovation, and that would put some of you off, I know, just because of the sheer kind of size of that. And you might be thinking, I'm going to get the professionals in, but we're here today to show you how easy it is to do it yourself. Because the lawn is so big, we've gone and grabbed a few professional pieces of kit. Again, you might be thinking to start with, that's going to cost an arm and a leg. But we've been down to our local tool hire shop. It was Pershore Hire Centre in Pershore, Worcestershire. If you're down that way, could not recommend these guys enough. Get in pre-book because their prices are so good, they're usually out of stock. But we've been really lucky. We've got this Canon Scarifier, petrol driven. You've seen us use the electric ones before, and you've actually seen us use it here in the autumn lawn renovation video, which I'll tag just up here. And we used it here, but there are limitations. It's got a cable on it and it had a 1500 watt motor. So because we're going to go big today, we've decided to hire the petrol Scarifier. We will probably do at least 2 passes, maybe even 3. It depends how tired we are. And then moving on, we've got the Holla tine aerator, going to relieve the compaction of this lawn. It's a relatively new lawn. So this is Dan. Some of you might have met Dan from Mode. This is his lawn that he moved into only kind of last spring, really. So we're trying to get it up to scratch, which a lot of you will be in kind of similar situation. And because it is so vast, we want a hollow tine aerate. So we're going to pull out these cores and drop the seed into it. So we've hired, again, another Cayman hollow tine aerator. And there's just a few other bits in kit. You've seen my trusty Cobra. You've seen that working in all the videos. We're going to be using that today to just pick up a bit of the thatch, maybe even some of the cores. I know it's going to dull the blade underneath. That's why I put my old blade on it. So don't panic about that. And then we've also got over here means of actually spreading the grass seed and maybe some of the fertilizer at the front. And you've got 2 options. We've got a smaller lawn out the front. So we've got our Cresco 1 fertilizer spreader, which we sell on the website, £30, 3 kilos rough of material in there. I use this for my lawn exclusively, 200 square meters, it's fine. But then we've got the much bigger one because seed today, we'll talk about the seed in a bit, but we're going to put a lot more down than the recommended 35 grams per square metre. We'll talk about why. Rake for collecting up the thatch, and a lawn levelling lute, just for tackling any of those areas today that we find are just a little bit low or a little bit bare. You'll notice behind me here, again, we did some turf in there last autumn. Again, I'll tag that video just over here. And you see there's just a few little depressions we want to cover up today. But ultimately, that's the equipment. I think we've paid £35 for the hollow tine aerator, and for the Scarifier, £25. I mean, let's just compare the cost right away of getting a professional in to do that. That is bonkers value, okay? I could not recommend highly enough getting around to do this yourself. The only challenge you're going to have is timing. It's booking the equipment and getting out while the weather's good. Now, today isn't perfect conditions. We're not going to lie. It's done nothing but rain for 6 months. The ground is really soft. But the next kind of week is really quite warm, and that's going to help the seed germinate nice and quickly. And we need all the help that we can get on that front. A common misconception of lawn care is if you deviate slightly from the recognised method, you're just going to ruin everything. Couldn't be further from the truth. It's really hard to mess up lawn care unless we're talking fertilisers and chemicals, okay? So with the mechanical things, get out there and have a go. You'll be surprised how easy it is. So when you're overseeding on a lawn renovation, ideally you'd put your grass seed down and then you would put topsoil on top of it. Reason for that, the more contact you have between the seed and the germination medium, i.e. the topsoil or the compost or whatever you're using, the better germination rate you will get. So out of 100 seeds, you'll have more of those seeds will actually reach germination. However, on a lawn this size, you can see how big this lawn is. One, that's a hell of a lot of work to spread out that topsoil, and that's hellish expensive to do that every year. So actually this year, we are not going to top dress once we've put the grass seed down. Now that means that less of the seed we put down won't germinate. But we're going to increase the rate at which we put the seed down just to try and counterbalance that a little bit. But don't be too concerned. Don't forget, grass seed and all other seeds exist in nature. They don't carry their own little supply of topsoil with them, and they still germinate. So you just got to accept a slightly lower germination rate. On the front lawn, however, we have got about half a ton of topsoil left, and we will be top dressing that. So we'll come back in 4-6 weeks and we'll look at the difference. We'll see if there is genuinely a difference between top dressing and not. But just so it's manageable, just so it's cost effective, and just so we can do it every year, we're not going to top dress this seed. However, because we've got a hollow tine aerator over here, this is going to be making loads of little holes in the floor, and a lot of this seed will fall down into those holes. And when those holes close up, that will produce the nice little plant pot that we're after. So just throwing it onto bare grass isn't going to work very well, but the hollow tiner will give us a lovely little plant pot. And even with the scarifier, that will give us these tram lines in the ground that will close up around the seed. So that's our approach for today, mainly because the lawn is just so big.